It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And we'll see the Broncos' superstar running back.
He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Broncos and the Saints.
And it's coming right up on EA Sports.
As the sun starts to set, let's see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by the former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Hewitt. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage and get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage.
Plenty of season left to go. 3 months of football ahead as we are underway here at Week 4. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And we will get a look at their 6th-year signal caller.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Stay on the ground with Kamara. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. So we'll see the Broncos offense now for the first time. And they'll be led out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this 2nd-year passer.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite at the game's most important position, and it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. And slated downs to approach here from the 40. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket. You get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Talk to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you can play the phone booth yet. How about explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They motion the slot man right. Throwing now on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. motion here. Working inside the red zone. He finds Sanders. Down the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And the Saints grab it. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return.
Okay, that is just an awesome job by the defense. We talk about it all the time. Pursuit and effort, pursuit and effort. Pursue and they rip the football away, and then the effort for the big return on the fumble sets that offense up in primo position.
This New Orleans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3-and-out to begin this game. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Review. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. Throwing it again here. Has it been close? And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials.
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump. And, well, they got one of them to move that time. They'll run here following the penalty. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they step the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
On 2nd and 12 now. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they're on the board.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Has it at the 11. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Second drive coming up for the Saints offense. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's a give inside to Camaro. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
We know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Wheeled in by Thomas. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Loose slated downs to approach here from the 40. The tight end going in motion right. To throw here on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. 2nd and 3 now. That's caught by Chris Olave. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Chris Olave. A gain of 7. First down, New Orleans.
Camaro running out of the gun. And they make the play at the 23. A gain of only a little. gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 23. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll go down here at the 16.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go.
And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Chris Olave with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints take a 4-point lead.
Broncos 3.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Denver offense taking the field for their second drive. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Well, one defender failed. Well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. 7-3 is our score. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one's complete over the middle. And they'll make a stop up at the 46-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. There's a give up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And this will be his first effort of the contest. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They really have a passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Still first down.
First down, he takes the snap. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarrett loose, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's a throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and 10, looking to throw. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Got a man, it's Thomas. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Still going inside the 35. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Has it down close. Touchdown, New Orleans. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Setting up to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints drive their lead to 11.
Broncos 3.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tapping at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And now they face 2nd down.
Let's go. Go.
Throwing now from the gun. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. And as they celebrate the turnover, we're going to shift our focus to one of his teammates who appears to be injured following that play. Team staff heading out to look at him now. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Play action on 1st down. That's Thomas. He's got it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag.
Still 1st down.
They go play action on 1st. Well secured by Brandon Cooks. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They run it from the gun with Kamara. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Kamara's got it. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you can see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and never surprised again.
And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
So often we hear this, and it's true. Defense is about reaction. And on toss play, well, it's all about that quick reaction time. You got to ID that play quickly and break downhill, and it's a loss of yards. Or in this case, it's a no-gainer.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that extends their lead to 14.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. There's a handoff off the gut. And he'll knife his way through for a pick of a 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And this won't amount to much. Tackled after a small run to the 32. So now here's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll throw it. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Riley Moss with the pick. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
There are a lot of throws coming his direction, and they come out quickly. They have a lot of time to step in front of him. It really takes great reactionary time, great intuition, spatial awareness to get a pick out of the slot, and he should be applauded for his efforts on that play.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Pass play now. Lays out, what a catch! And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos trailing on the scoreboard. Throwing now on 1st down. His throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
2nd and 5 at the 5-yard line.
Running back sent in motion. Throwing here on 2nd and a handful. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
third down from the gun. He got it! Interception! Wilson and Devo's got it!
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The New Orleans offense set to go now. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. To the air now on 1st and 10. Catch made by Cooks. He's able to cross midfield before going out. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They look to throw. Jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Oh, you know what, Kate? That defense right there, they thought they had a huge play until they saw that ball bouncing out of bounds. One bounce in just the other direction. They're off the field. Instead, while they're on the field, they got to shake it off, though, and keep this offense from the end zone.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brandon Jones up for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running behind center with Kamara. Jukes one defender, and they bring him down at the 18-yard line. We have a timeout here, 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out. Broncos bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. He'll throw it. He brings it in. It's a New Orleans touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21.
Broncos 3.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Return starts from the goal line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
Let's go now. Ready, go.
Looking to throw. Hits him on the in route. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Back to throw it. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline. No, they get him yet again. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. So at halftime, the Saints fighting to an advantage on the road. Now we'll send things over to Orlando, Florida. Jonathan Coachman on standby, ready to deliver the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started up at Cleveland Brown Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the visiting Chiefs who come in and get the victory on the road. Patrick Mahomes, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest, check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. Cooper Kupp, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Falcons. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
His return starts at the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Broncos headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And I don't think we can really call these highlights, partner. Shall we just call them replays as we re-examine his performance so far in this one? 3 interceptions mixed in among his work. It's really limited a lot of what he's been able to do out there. They've got first down from the 31. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Cut by Sutton. And he gets around 6 there. Tackled on the play by Taylor Rapp. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll get to him inside. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
Going to the ground again on first. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tackle on the play by Cameron Jordan. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. This time it's a passing play. Gets this to Sanders. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Throwing from the gun here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. It's taken in by Sutton. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
They'll try and punch it in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. 6 yards from there. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal at the Saints.
Man in motion headed right. Touchdown, Denver! Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos get it back to a 14-point game. this at the 10. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Saints ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Counter give to Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
And his charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's hold home on the stat sheet. If you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He completes it in traffic. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. 3rd and 4 coming up now. From midfield now. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And turnovers, well, we all know, never okay for the players. Certainly not okay in a coach's eye. And with as many as they've had here, Brock, gonna be tough to play these highlights back after this game.
Yeah, tough but essential, Kate, because watching these plays, this is the difference between good and great. I got to be around Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning didn't watch his highlights. He watched his sacks, he watched his interceptions. He wanted to critique himself through these difficult circumstances. And when you do, you can become a Hall of Famer like Peyton.
He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Alontae Taylor making the stop. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 8. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A pick up there, 33 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40. Motion man sent left. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completed to Sutton. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Takes the handoff, now to throw. That's Thomas, he's got it. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Throwing it again here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Another Denver Broncos. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll throw it again. Has it down close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Still sticking with the passing game. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
And he gets in. points to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos check the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Diving in, looks close. They say he got it.
Holding. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. The Saints have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through. First down, he takes the snap. Got a man, it's Thomas. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Run here with Camara. And he's brought down after a short gain. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. Snap, looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 41. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. Here's a give to Camara. Escapes a defender. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs turning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators when you get a nice run, let you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Gets it through the middle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down.
We saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt they'd pick it up anyway, but when looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
The defender. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
1st down, Saints.
Another run for Camara. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Pass play coming here. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt a close game. They needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints double their lead to 14.
Broncos 17.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here comes the Bronco offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Rolling into enemy territory. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
I can guarantee you that's going to be until the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. To throw it on first down. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a pickup of 6.
2nd and 4. He's got a man left. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Offense up to the line fast. The throw is caught. It's a Denver touchdown. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I know if coordinators say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
So here come the Broncos. Big spot now as they try for 2. Clutch play late. He intercepts it. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. All right, so for the time being, we stay in a one-possession game, Brock, but they were trying to make it a 2-score game with that 2-point conversion.
Could feel it. The killer mentality on that sideline. They wanted to put this game away. And if they're getting that aggressive right there, no doubt this defense wants to play with the same aggression. Buckle up, offense. Pressure's coming. They're going to want to force this one and this offense into a mistake and seal this game now.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Saints up by 8. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Running right, it's Kamara. And he's brought down for a loss. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They're on the toss to Kamara. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Ball on the 45. 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one. Offense to the line for second down. Kamara gets it. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. They'll get that yard back, but no more. It's 3rd and 10. We'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the ends after the absolutely tremendous game that he had. 4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. So this one carries all the way to the sideline, and ouch, no chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. So this will win on the road for the Saints.